Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. We are here to talk about Halo. I just want to kind of preference that I have been waiting for some good news for Halo for a very long time. And we've got some interesting news. I don't know if it's good news, but it's interesting news. 343 is dead. At least a name only. We're going to watch this 6-minute video and I'm going to give my take on it. But overall, like, 343 is done. It's over. We're moving on. You can sound off in the comments as we talk about it, what you think about it. But let's just see what's going on, okay? They released this video.
Take one, Mark. This is Casey Wu. Take one, Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
Yeah, do that thing.
In front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of
Did you play Halo 5? Because that wasn't intricate. That was just...
different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made
That's me,
Halo
not you.
successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo and what's the soul that we want to bring forward? And
I hope you bring the soul of the original. And I think that's exactly like, did they just show only the original copies? They did. Holy crap. They only showed the original. That's how bad it is, ladies and gentlemen. When they only show the original, they don't show Halo 4, 5, or even Infinite. They're like, we know what sells here. We know what the Halo fans really want. And it's this. It's what you're seeing on the screen right now.
successful at the beginning? What is the
Halo
legacy of
Reach.
Halo and what's the soul that we want to bring forward? And what's the craft of making Halo games? And how do we set our studio at best to go deliver on that?
We knew we had to make a change in order to
Yeah.
take us into the future.
When I first
I think the change is just don't do Halo Infinite again. Don't do Halo 5. Don't do the end of Halo 4 where you kill off you just introduce a good villain and then you kill him off in the most unceremonious way. And then you make Halo Infinite, which is your Skywalker of Halo, where it's retconning everything and trying to go like fix up the hot mess that you made in 5. Like, can we just like ignore that those 3 games ever existed and then go into a different direction and just go off of Halo 3? Or maybe go backwards, go do some prequels. That's what I would love to see.
Heard about Halo moving on Unreal Engine, my first thought was this is going to be a really hard secret to keep.
I think fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because
Again, where's all these updates? That's me, by the way, not you. Can we just like all the nostalgia? Halo, it's not even Halo Infinite. It's not even any of the new games. It's the old games. Like, it's very obvious that this Vidoc is meant and intended for the OG Halo fans and the fans that like the big group of Halo fans that just want the OG experience. It's very like nod, tip to the hat, and this is what's going on. It's crazy.
are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE,
Unreal 5, and I want to give my general statement, but I think some of the problem they probably did experience, especially during like COVID, was obviously technical. Because if you remember when they first showed the demo of Halo 5, or it's not Halo 5, Halo Infinite, it looked bad. There's a reason why Greg is a meme. Like Halo Infinite, Greg. Like, it looked bad. It looked really, really bad. Like, very bad. There's a reason why people meme the hell out of this, because it did not look like Halo. It looked like garbage. So, with that being said, I can see if they were focusing on trying to do new systems, trying to get new graphics, and they were struggling with that. I can give them, some slack on that. However, Halo Infinite in general should have just been delayed if they were struggling to make a full and let's be even honest, even years after they have struggled to really put effort into Halo Infinite. Most of it is like Halo Forges and then cosmetics in the store. That's been the most updates we've ever gotten out of this game. It's like, what are you doing? And my personal thought process on Unreal Engine is it does most bad games look pretty, but they're still bad games. It's like getting a pile of shit, putting sprinkles and whipped cream on it, but it's still shit. It just looks really pretty. You can put a cherry on top. It's still shit. And that's what I usually see when I see Unreal games. A lot of them are just bad. They just look pretty. And I think most people would argue and agree with me that though most people are going backwards to play older games where the graphics aren't necessarily the bee's knees. It's not like the 10 out of 10 graphics, but the gameplay and the story is fun. It's exciting. It's cool. It's good. And I think that's what we need to go back to. I think Unreal 5 is going to do wonders for Halo's graphics. And we'll watch, I guess, see what they have to show off. But my personal preference is if the game is ass, no matter what the graphics look like, it's still going to be ass.
We can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director, Chris, came to me. And
That's interesting. So I do want to preference that they are hiring, I think, a lot of new people. Like, let's just be honest. A lot of 343 people that really screwed up Halo have come and gone. In fact, the report was a while ago that 343, Microsoft has been hiring side people to come in and trying to help with the game. Like, it's not been consistently just a normal company. Like, they've been people who are there for a bit and leave, which is always a bad idea for a franchise, is to have not dedicated people who are passionate about the game and have them like actually seated to work on that game consistently. It's like someone giving you math homework and it's like half done and you have to figure out like what is going on here. Like some of these equations are half solved and you have to figure it out yourself. You're like, what the hell's going on here? That's not good news bears.
Said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Is that like Forge for developers? I think it's like Forge for developers, right?
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born.
I'm going to bring the volume down a little bit.
It's a research project for our studio.
So, a research project, it's not an actual game. It is like a Forge for developers, to, I guess, to play with different tech. Okay? I mean, it's not like an actual dedicated game. It's just a side little project they have going on. I don't know. Sure. I guess that's cool. I guess you've got to learn how to do Unreal Engine and play with the new toy. I guess. I have no real opinion. People I have no real opinion on that.
So we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo.
Yeah, so that's what exactly it sounds like. Okay, can we just stop and like look at this? This reminds me of Halo, the second mission where you crash land and you're going through, you're rescuing all the Marines and you're fighting your way through all the Forerunner facility structures. This would be badass. And if they did a Halo, which was rumored that we're going to Halo remake, which this kind of leans itself in that direction, that maybe that's their plan, is to experiment with the Unreal Engine and bring forward Halo 1, the OG Halo Combat Evolved, in this new engine. And with these looks, like, I'm all for it. Like, I will give you, like, where's my wallet? Let me give you my money right now. Abso-freaking-lutely. If we can get graphics like this and they don't fuck up the story, they don't try to push their agenda and techniques and bullshit, they keep the game the way it was that we all loved, but upgrade the graphics, I'm all for it. Give me the old classic feeling with the beautiful Unreal Engine. I'm down for it. And that would be a good thing to like kickstart a new generation of Halo fans, because they would be experiencing Halo, some of them for the first time, with the best graphics that I am seeing right now, like I've ever seen in Halo. this would be badass to see in the OG Halo. Like, I will give you my money. Yeah, that's cool. What the hell? Work in progress, content rendered in Unreal Engine 5. Okay, that is a flood world. That's badass. That reminds me of Warframe with their infested world. Like, I have always wanted, because we've seen like in videos, like I think was it Halo 4, the videos that showed like some of the flood taking over the worlds. I would like to actually play a game where we actually go into a world where it's completely dominated by the flood. That would be badass. Like, this is cool. Also, they're playing with flood tech. Confirmed Halo flood coming back instead of the 1,000 voice whatever bullshit enemies. The endless is what they're called, like the squid people, like, or whatever. Yeah, like, let's go back to the flood. Like, let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Let's go more into depth of the actual lore that's there and not trying to make up some bullshit species no one cares about. Like, let's kind of focus back at that focus on the Forerunners more, like actually have some interactions. Also, let's go on to God dang it, what's the species before the Forerunners? Holy crap. The predecessors or precursors. Yeah, like, let's get that, like the literal gods of Halo. Let's focus on that because that'd be badass.
The original Halo franchise was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first.
It was also fun and engaging, and the story was great. Also, the multiplayer was also fun and stupid and silly.
Was released, and that's what Halo.
And not always completely buggy, except for Halo 2. But that was the redeeming factor of it.
Halo needs to be again.
And when I mean redeeming, it was like an extra cherry on top. Oh yeah, baby. This has got to be Halo. Like, the tip of the hat to, like, hey guys, here's our hints at what's coming in the future. Like, this is OG Master Chief. God, you sexy bastard.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo biome.
Yep,
We were
awesome.
trying to shove as much foliage in there as humanly possible to make
looks
it
great.
really feel like you're on a hike in the, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was
Really
more
cool.
of a technical showcase where we
It reminds me of Halo 3, going up to the control room, or even like Halo, but Halo 3, the control room with like some of the biome. We had snow and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, this looks really good.
We could play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes.
Ooh, day-night cycle?
Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
It's good.
On the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combine to really give that winter look?
I like the flavor of the Banshee.
Blight Lands, which is any land that's been completely taken over by a flood.
I wanted to give our team
That's
the
beautiful.
opportunity to really express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something.
And there's nothing more alien than the flood. I mean, I'm down. Look at that's so freaking cool.
Way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo games.
Yeah, look at like the textures, the movement. Like, I dig this.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environments look.
Birds? Oh my
I don't
God.
think we've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel.
I hope so. I hope anyone that had their agenda pulling bullshit that made a shitty fan fiction story went out and that Halo goes back to its roots. Like, I know there was like drama about their leaks be coming out that they don't hire Bungie, but I hope they hire some Bungie people and they really bring back the old vibe, like bring back the magic of Halo. I want to spend endless nights grinding online playing Halo. Like, Halo Infinite has a good foundation, but overall it's not Halo. It's soulless. And anyone that tells me Halo Infinite is Halo doesn't know what Halo is. That game has no soul. I want the soul back in Halo.
And, you know, I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process. Everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this design.
Baby, them showing the old Magnum gets me hot and bothered because I thought this thing was abandoned for the other shitty handgun that's in Halo Infinite. Like, give me the OG classics, baby. Yeah, this is Halo, not the realistic human bullshit. Give me the actual fantasy Halo guns. God, that's the thing that I hate about Halo Infinite the most. Is they removed iconic guns and put in like bullshit generic fantasy human weapons. Like, no, that's not Halo. This is the iconic Halo gun.
Now we can really dig into material foundations. What is it actually made of? How is it physically accurate to the world?
Oh, baby.
Now we get to take all the
the energy sword. Yes, I love it. It looks so goddamn clean.
Assets that we have, bring them to life and bring them to today's standards.
Yeah, I can only imagine Halo 1 remastered, Unreal Engine. Oh, baby, I'll give you my money.
We are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but
Also, shout out to the classic Halo music. Like, none of the bullshit new ones. Just the OG. That is the best timeline of music.
expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges and you can do more.
Yeah.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your
Are they playing Halo 1 remastered? Is that what they're testing out? They're excited. They're smiling. I hope it's Halo 1.
talent.
Also, that shirt is badass. I'm going to look at it. The Halo Chief Collection. This is so freaking cool. I want that shirt.
Your creativity and your professional ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
It feels like a new beginning for the studio.
Why does this feel like an advertisement? Like, hey guys, yeah, we need help. We need people. Whoever you hire people from like my generation that grew up with OG Halos, who have the passion for Halo, who want to make Halo great again. Hire those people. My generation, hire them. Get them in there, get them ready, let them bring back Halo back to its glory days. I'm tired of seeing Call of Duty be the ship writer for Xbox and Microsoft. It's time for Halo to get the crown back on. It's time for Master Chief to get the attention he deserves.
In a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
I will believe in a process when I see the process and I see the actions and the outcome and the gameplay. And if I see Halo 1 remastered, you're going to get a little bit more grace, like some bonus points for me. Not like a lot. Like, it's not going to reduce everything 343 did, but like I'm going to be a little bit more happy with you.
So much momentum that we have right now and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building and kind of this next.
You're building it for the gamers. Remember, you're giving back to the fan base, the people that really want to play, because right now the game's on life support and it's being facilitated by whales who are buying every last update of microtransactions that's keeping you afloat. Let's just be honest. Let's say what it really is.
Phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Oh, God.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe.
Was it the remnants? Maybe kind of ish. I'll be honest. Please don't do open world again. It was a neat novelty, but I'd rather have single player campaign missions that just overall are better, and all the resources go to that versus this open world that no one actually goes back and plays. Like, really, who's going back and, like, after you beat the main missions, who's actually like, man, I'm going to spend all this time in this open world? No one. It's a neat idea, but let's go back to what made Halo Halo.
And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
The old-fashioned Master Chief using an energy sword. That would be kind of cool. See that? Oh. Whoa! Halo Studios. What? They're taking over 343? No, it's very obvious that Halo Studios is a rebrand. Let's be honest. Let's say what it is. 343 has nothing but negative connotations. No one has anything positive really to say about it. The fans hate 343. I think 343 hates the name 343. Microsoft hates 343. I think we can all say that rebranding is probably the smartest idea to do. Is it putting paint on an old car? Yes, absolutely. You're putting paint. Like, we know that you're still the same company, but a lot of the people from the original 343 that screwed up Halo are no longer part of Halo. So this makes sense. You have new people coming in or trying to save the series. I think having a new title is great, but I think if you're named Halo Studios and you fail at making a good Halo, I think you fundamentally should just not be named Halo. You are now representing what is Halo as Halo Studios. I hope that what they say is true. I hope Unreal Engine opens up the possibilities. But like I said, if it's just graphic possibilities, I don't give a shit. If the narrative sucks ass, like Halo 5 wasn't that bad looking, but it was an ass narrative and the gameplay was very meh. The multiplayer was fine, except for Warzone, which was a microtransaction bullshit fest. Outside of that, like, go back to what made Halo Halo, like Halo 2. Like, I think most people, like, not everyone likes necessarily Halo 1. Like, they see it, they like it, but they don't like, oh, it's the best. And most people like Halo 3, but there is a faction that's like Halo 2 was the best. And so if you make it based between those two games and your future games are based off Halo 2 and Halo 3 with like the base foundation of Infinite that people liked, and you had the soul of 2 and 3, I think you have the recipe for a fantastic Halo game. Halo Infinite has no soul, and I'm ready to let that sink finally, that ship sink to the bottom ocean where it belongs. I think a lot of people are, which is why the game is still on life support. Like I said, a lot of people are just hoping that we can turn this around and we can do something. We can have a new game, something that we can sink our teeth into that can really bring us back into the excitement of Halo. Because right now, there's nothing exciting. Like Halo Infinite's getting third person. That's cool. Wow. Am I going to come back and play that? Maybe for a little bit, but like, that's not saving the game. I mean, I'm glad you're doing something and it's a little innovative. You did something finally that wasn't the 30,000th microtransaction in the store. I'm glad we're getting actual content that you don't have to pay for. But I think Halo Infinite is done. I think the ship is over. Excitement has long gone. It's on life support. It's time to bring in fresh blood and the veterans back all into one. Halo Remastered. I think Unreal Engine is a great way to kick us back off with its own multiplayer. And it's not separate. It's bundled together as a complete product with all the game modes and fixings and cherries on top already. But that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. As a diehard Halo fan, I mean, I have like the OG Halo 3 legendary helmet. It's even signed by Master Chief himself. That's how diehard I am. I love Halo. I don't want it to die. But Jesus, it's time to move away for 343. Halo Studios, I hope the rebrand is a revision of whatever they want Halo to be. I hope it is truly going back to the roots. As always, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. And until next time,